This part of town's run by a man named Tony Derazio. From what I was able to piece together, he's a real fucking weirdo. Some kind of savant when it comes to numbers.
Then he must be the one who runs Lou Marcano's books.
Runs his books, launders his money. Hell, he even manages Lou's relationships with city officials. It's Tony's job to make sure their asses stay greased.
How do I get to him?
Well, that's where things get interesting. Tony lives in the penthouse on the top floor of the Royal Hotel. Elevator access is restricted and the rest of the hotel's crawling with Tony's goons.
Well, he can't stay up there all the time. I'm gonna need a schedule for when he comes and goes.
I've been watching this cocksucker for a month now, and he's left exactly one time. That was because one of his men fucked up. Took a pipe to the poor bastard's left arm.
Well, looks like he's got a front business he uses to issue bribes and launder Lou's money. And another one that soaks up funds from the city. I hit him. He overreacts, then I get my opening.
And fuck up things between him and Lou in the process. Be careful with this one. Just because Tony's a goddamn spastic doesn't mean he won't cut your balls off if given the chance.
Really?
Shrimp. What you call me?
I have a subscription.
You don't wear continental clothes or Stetson hats.
I tell you one doggone thing. It makes me feel good to know one thing. I know I'm alive.
I heard you have information for me.
The name's Lenny Davis. I work in the city clerk's office, and your friend said you could help with this guy blackmailing me.
What kind of juice makes you someone worth blackmailing?
My office approves new projects under development. I fucked up, cheated on my wife, and this guy, Jimmy Kavar, filmed it. Come to find out, the girl worked for Kavar, too.
And now he owns you.
He's forcing me to rubber stamp phony building projects and cash the checks for his company, Kavar Construction. Probably seen the signs over where they're building the new city hall. Thing is, Kavar doesn't really come around unless there's a problem.
Don't worry. I'm pretty good at causing people problems.
Some of his men hang out around downtown. Look, I ain't a bad guy. I just made a mistake is all.
Keep your head down, Lenny. I'll pay Kavar's men a visit. See what they know.
You don't know shit. Jimmy's an inspiration. Came up from out of the fucking streets without a pot to piss in. Now he's the guy you oughta...
I know you're working for Kavar. Tell me what he's up to.
Mr. Kavar just moved a shit ton of stuff and the money's just sitting there waiting for somebody to take it.
Rest in peace, asshole.
Jimmy Kavar called. He's at the City Hall construction site and wants to see me. He knows. I don't know how, but he knows I've been helping you people. He's gonna kill me, or I'm going to jail. Then he'll kill me. Oh, God.
Go home to your wife, Lenny. Pack a bag, get out of town for a couple days. When you get back, this'll all be over.
You'll talk to Jimmy?
Sure. Work for me, and I might even let you keep the name on Kavar Construction.
Fine. This ain't gonna end well for either of us, though.
I'll be in touch. I'm downtown. Need some help securing it.
Okay, my boys are gonna come over, make sure it's all nice and locked down. But I ain't doing it as a favor. I expect you to look out for me. Remember, we're supposed to take down Marcano together.
Anyone who thinks Sammy Robinson was the Mardi Gras mastermind is a moron. Just because he was involved doesn't mean it was his idea. And none of the evidence ever added up. The money wasn't recovered, and Sammy didn't shoot himself in the back of the head and then burn down his own bar. The only reason people believe Sammy was behind it was his skin color.
You the reporter?
Harold Cawley, the Tattler. I'm covering Derazio's little corruption racket.
Can't imagine it's good for your health, naming names in the Marcano organization.
Didn't you hear? Even cigarette smoke will kill you. So here's what I know. We've got city officials taking bribes, blackmail, juicy stuff. At the center of it all is a fellow named Frankie Bernard. The problem is, I don't know where he operates.
Might make it kind of hard to find him.
Ah, but the thing is, I hear Mr. Bernard uses debt drops. Spots where his people leave bribes for officials to pick up. And I just happen to know where they are. I also understand Frankie keeps a sweet blackmail stash of every dirty deal he's done.
I'll see if I can't get one of those couriers to give up the location for your mystery man and his little blackmail stash.
Take a breath, buddy. As long as you pay Frankie like he asks, everything stays nice and quiet. But if you don't, well then...
You're gonna tell me what you know about Frankie Bernard?
The boss is running things out of the Imperial Bath Health Spa. He's keeping the politicians in line with dirty pictures he got stashed there.
Can't trust a fucking rat.
Yeah, you know you want it. Oh, fuck!
You've really got poor Frankie in a bit of hot water over at the bathhouse. Sorry, shitty pun. Because of you, Tony Derazio is having a hard time controlling the city's politicos. So he's ordered Frankie to keep an eye on the Imperial. It's a third strike, you're dead situation. How do you think you'll handle old Frankie?
That's all up to him.
Hey, I could tag along, my camera's in the car, and...
You want to dig up more dirt for your rag, you do it on your own time. I ain't gonna drag your libelous ass all over town.
I get it. I get it. Be seeing you.
Check for a pulse.
I'm thinking it's time you expand your clientele, Frankie. Think you can handle that?
Sure. Tony D's not gonna like this, though.
Let me worry about Derazio. Send whoever you got downtown. Gotta secure it while we can.
Yeah, no problem. My guys are on their way. We're gonna keep this district locked down good and tight. Just don't get amnesia or some shit about who kept things running over here.
The investigation was a mess from the very start. The locals did everything they could to keep us out of it, but that wasn't the worst of it. Someone actually broke into our offices and not only stole all of our files, but they also took most of our surveillance equipment.
How did you manage to get to Tony Derazio?
I had bugs and wiretaps all over the damn place. When that weirdo left the Royal Hotel to deal with one of his men, I was listening.
Tony, I didn't know you was coming. I'm just packing away your latest shipment.
How long you been running this business, Joe?
I know 5, 6 years.
5 years, 3 months, and 18 days. Well, this is turned.
Look, I know I've been lied, but it ain't my fault.
I've always placed a premium on maintaining order. If you let the rot set in, eventually it will take hold and destroy everything you've built. The only solution is to isolate it, eradicate it before it takes hold. You understand, Joe?
Christ, Tony, you gotta listen to me. Some nuts out there shooting the hell out of everything. You know how many of my men he killed?
Yes. Dominic, is it? You will take the armored car and personally oversee the collection of all outstanding monies owed to us. Am I clear on this?
Yes, Mr. Derazio.
Once you have collected what is due, deliver it directly to me at the hotel. The code to the elevator is 0451.
From there, Lincoln had a couple of options. He could use the elevator code and go in through the lobby, which meant shooting the hell out of the place. Or he could steal Dominic's car and go in quiet through the hotel's parking garage.
When you're in the hotel, grab a couple of those little fancy soaps. They won't give me any more at the motel.
Pull on in, Dominic. Park anywhere.
Some bitch running all over the goddamn place, smashing our shit to pieces. I wanna know what the fuck's going on down there. You hear me?
It would be difficult not to.
What?
I've already taken the appropriate steps to address the situation. Believe me, things are well in hand.
Well, they fucking better be. If this thing with the judge goes sideways, shit's gonna roll downhill real fucking quick.
We haven't lost anything of any significance except for some men, and they can be replaced. In fact, they're the easiest thing to replace.
Saul doesn't give two shits about any of those stupid fucks. All he cares about is the people that matter. Understand?
I understand completely. And you have my word that all payments will continue as scheduled. None of our business associates need to concern themselves with our recent difficulties.
Yeah? Okay. I'm counting on you here, Tony. Don't fuck this up.
Goodbye.
You should clear on out of here.
Okay, here's the thing, Congressman.
Oh, shit. Right now? Okay. Okay. Here's what I want you to do. Follow him. See if you can get any pictures of him in the act. Then get your butt right back here. Yep.
Okay, how about this one? I know this sumbitch has been dead since '64.
File it.
But he's dead.
And he owed. Maybe somebody else owed him. Don't matter. You never clear the ledger with Mr. Derazio. File it.
About the start date. Mr. Derazio is going to worry about the start date. You make sure the invoices are square. The man's going to want to see the books for Uncle Sam by Friday. And he's going to want to see our books by next Monday. Yeah.
Is Hines making an appearance today?
Not yet. Best not let him catch you in here with that cigarette.
Can't wait to hit the sack, man. I'm beat.
Where this boy get to?
Jesus Christ!
You certainly are audacious, aren't you? Filthy fucking mongrel.
Whoever you are, you made quite the mess of my operation. Do you have any idea what you've cost me? Believe me, there will be an accounting for what you've done. Goodbye.
You really think you know how all this is gonna play out, don't you? Idiot! Go ahead. Kill me. I'll be replaced tomorrow. No one will even notice.
You're wrong. Everyone will notice.
War on the streets of our fair city as a gunman stormed the Royal Hotel, killing an untold number of men.
There was a loud crash, like a bomb going off. I looked up and there was a man falling from the top of the building.
Then all these men showed up and every one of them had a gun. They ran into the Royal and that's when the shooting started.
I still don't know how the hell Lincoln got out of that hotel.
Still alive. Hush. Whoever you are, you did real good getting up here. But leaving's gonna be a different story.
Yeah, just come on out now.
Get him!
This city goes crazy.
Leave the guns in that goddamn elevator.
Excuse me.
Get up and see if he's still in there.
Help! Please, help!
Okay.
Run!
Run! They're right behind. Take him out.
Stay out of my way.
Slip behind him! That had to fucking...
Kill me, please.
Clean that bad here.
Motherfucker, you look like the cat who ate the canary.
This here's our first step toward breaking Marcano and taking over the city. I hear what y'all got to say, but I decide who gets the turf. And in the end, my decision is final.
Is this a goddamn joke? Look, I know you knew to call in the shots, but my guys are working that action as we speak. So where's the fucking question?
I ain't about to beg you for turf. You know what I bring to the table. You would have never called me to it in the first place. So do what you gonna do so I can go on with my fucking day.
First time hearing of any action in this part of the city, which is fine, but it don't change my stance that this turf ought to come to me.
I'm all for making a big statement right out of the gate.
Calling this one for Scaletta.
About fucking time. Always knew you had a good head on your shoulders.
I'll bite my tongue and keep my eyes on the next part of the city. We good, brother. For now.
As for me, I'll be biding my time and waiting for one of you assholes to fuck up. Fair warning.
We're done for now. You'll hear from me if I need you.
Police are intensifying their search for the colored male believed to be responsible for the massacre at the Royal Hotel. The suspect is described as 6 feet 3 inches and is believed
They're
to be
saying you
armed.
threw Tony off the roof of the Royal?
Actually, it was through his penthouse window.
You always had a flair for the dramatic.
Tony's ledger. Last couple pages are pretty interesting.
Any idea what US 5CJ means? Wait a minute. Holy shit. Why is Lou willing to comp 10 grand a month at a brothel and the same at a drug den?
Based on what Greco told me in Scaletta, Marcano's laying out a bunch of money to get gambling legalized. And if that's what you're after, who better to have in your pocket?
Then a judge on the 5th Circuit Court of Appeals, US 5CJ.
Exactly.
There have to be over 20 judges on that bench. Could be any one of them.
The kind of man we're talking about isn't used to people getting into his business. I start visiting the places listed in that ledger, he'll panic and go to Lou for help.
And that's when we'll find out who he is.
Keep that wiretap running.
Never turn it off.
I ever tell you why I became a priest?
Because of what you saw during the war.
That was a lie. I became a priest because of what I did during the war. What it turned me into. When I was over there, crammed together with all the other disposable Negroes. All the hurt, all the rage I'd accumulated over my life came boiling up, and once it was out, well, you don't want to know.
I doubt anyone's losing sleep over some dead Nazis.
That's not the point. The men I killed, killing them should have meant something to me. Should have had weight. But it didn't. And glimpsing what was buried down inside me, it was too much.
I know who I am.
I know you do, son. And that's what terrifies me.